Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Wentz first play going right to the air. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Shotgun now for Wentz. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Wentz off to Thomas on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and he'll wind up a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Wentz. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Deion Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. From midfield, here's Wentz. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Watson on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Chubb on the counter. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and that can fix the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Watson now to throw. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
The competition comes out in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, the competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be fourth down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First target, first catch, and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Play action. Now Wentz. Dancing to his left. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Watson. Being chased out left. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football.
Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into air throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. To throw is Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Watson off play action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 40 now on second down. Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. To throw is Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Stay in your lanes and give out some pace. Don't give them an inch.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz.
Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against me.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon.
And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Maybe a free play for Watson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now the rookie's free. 30, the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 74 yards on the ground. Sly able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, and he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
On first down, Wentz. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim.
Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas.
31 yards.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Browns drive about to get started.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And
there he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Kevin Stefanski going to lead the offense out to go for two.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
They fake the give. Now Wentz.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and put the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking out extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Well, Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns.
From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And that will cut the lead down to 13.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On play action, Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Wentz on third down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here comes Grant on the return. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns drive about to get started.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Watson on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Wentz going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the two-point try. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Watson. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Back to throw, Watson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Watson. Completes it right side to Cooper. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Watson off play action.
Crossing route catch made by Johnson.
The Browns on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Faking the give. Now Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jordan Lewis.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
He's going to let it go again.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there. With now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Commanders are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth-quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson over the middle. Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Off of play action, it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 145 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
81.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing it in a...
And now here's another Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception.
Touchdown, Browns! Colin Johnson, 28 yards. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've